Thanks for joining us here on 3 Point View on Friday. Thank God it's Friday. It's a good day, but there's a day that somebody wants all to themselves. Paul Pierce says, what is it, February
11th.
February 11th. He says he doesn't want a video tribute of Isaiah Thomas before his. Are they retiring his jersey?
He's getting his jersey retired up into the Bears.
Okay. What's your take on this?
Man, I completely agree with Paul Pierce. And the only reason why I completely agree with him on this is for the fact that he's a Celtics legend. All right, he has records there. He's just like when you talk about the Celtics, you talk about Auerbach, Russell, Bird, McHale, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, all them. Isaiah Thomas, the only thing that Isaiah Thomas brought, he lifted up the spirits of the city during the playoff run.
He's a fan favorite.
Fan favorite, little guy, whatever. He played during tragedy, with his sister.
Absolutely.
And, he got his tooth knocked out in one of the games. He was the leading scorer for them since Larry Bird. But I don't see why, and like you mentioned earlier, the PR guy for Boston would even put this together.
Who is the PR guy for Boston? There's 82 games. There's 41 home games in this, right? Paul Pierce should have his own day set to himself. Why do you need a video tribute for Isaiah Thomas? Like, there's no other day?
Well, his tribute, though, he's getting his jersey retired. Like, that's a moment, a lifetime achievement, for Paul Pierce.
I get that. So why are they throwing in a video tribute in the midst of this?
They're throwing that in just because the Cavs are playing the Celtics that day. And IT wanted his family to be there because he declined it the first time when they came because he wasn't playing and his family wasn't there. Yeah. This time he is.
The jersey retirement was set.
Right.
Oh, so they don't want to move Paul Pierce's day.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
and they shouldn't.
All right.
They shouldn't. Paul Pierce should not have his day moved, should not share it with anybody. That's his day.
So who did the Celtics beat when they won the championship? Was it the Lakers that year? So shouldn't when Paul Pierce plays the Lakers, shouldn't he raise his in front of everybody, Lakers, Celtics,
that would be good
jersey?
Too, but are they playing the Lakers in Boston this year? That's the thing. I don't know their schedule, but I'm sure.
I'm just saying there's other games.
Completely. The way I feel about it is I personally don't feel like IT even deserves a video.
Right.
First and foremost, the guy was there for 2 years.
No.
Why is he getting a video? Because there's a fan outpour for him. Okay, he's a fan favorite, little guy. People root for him.
No. Everyone roots for the underdog.
Yeah. Paul Pierce does deserve his moment of
moment of truth.
But in the same aspect, you know why he's not really getting it and why they're putting him in this position? Because he's going to be a Hall of Famer, but he's not mentioned with the greats.
He is, though.
Not really.
He is, though.
If he was, then they wouldn't be having this situation.
Is he on the
Celtics? What did they do for Kobe?
They gave him a farewell tour.
Oh, yeah. Well, not just a farewell tour, but when it's time to hang it in the wrap, nothing. What did they do for Jordan? These things aren't even questioned. The moment they start, why are they putting him in that situation? Because his name doesn't hang with the rest of them. He's a Celtic great. Absolutely. But he's not a Jordan. He's not a Larry Bird. He's not.
But he's mentioned with all of them because he has records with those guys.
He has Celtic records.
3 points, scoring, all that stuff with Larry Bird.
I do feel like he deserves his day. I feel like he got put in a bad situation.
He's not. But the thing is,
but in the same aspect, why wouldn't they just move it?
I don't think IT should get a video.
I don't think so either. But if they're going to do it to appease fans, say, hey, and they should have called Paul Pierce behind the scenes and said, look, they're going to want it done. Can we move you to our next home game? Yeah. Anything, because if Pierce wants to have his own day and he's set in stone on it, there's ways of working around it.
Right.
But
I don't know.
I don't even think Pierce is in the starting lineup of all-time Celtics. I'd have the Chief at the 5. I would have
Robert Parrish.
Robert Parrish at the 5.
Yeah. I'd have Kevin McHale.
Where's Russell in all this?
Oh, I'm sorry. Bill Russell at the 5. So now even the Chief don't even make it.
Right.
So Bill Russell at the 5. Kevin McHale at the 4. Larry Bird at the 3. Havlicek. Everybody forgets about him. Eight titles. Scoring
I'm
champ.
not putting Havlicek. Robert Horry's got 6 titles. I'm not putting Havlicek at 2. I'd put Paul Pierce there.
Bob Cousy at the 1.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, Havlicek's numbers, if you look at him and you look at in the area he played and how many he has 8 titles.
Yeah, he has 8 titles. Look who he played with.
But I'm saying, look how many does Paul Pierce have?
Yeah,
And look
and
who he
played
played.
against.
Yeah.
Look who he played with.
Yeah, they played against George Mikens. You know, who cares
No,
about
he didn't play against
I
George
know he
Mike.
didn't
He
play
played
against-
against
I know he didn't
Gail
play against
Goodrich,
George
Elgin
Mike.
Baylor.
But still, John Havlicek, though,
Look it up, folks.
I would put Bird and Pierce, and I agree with everything else, with Russell, McHale, Bird, Pierce, Kuzi.
So he's in the greats of all time Celtics. Then is what you're saying. So he's
Absolutely.
in the starting 5.
Absolutely.
I think Havlicek
Either way,
deserves to be in there.
here's the goofy thing: is there's an argument for it. Like
Yeah, the
Brock's-
fact that he's in it.
the
Right.
fact that
Well, Pierce has only
there's
been retired
somebody-
a year.
Yeah.
Okay, these guys have been gone for a long time.
And he was there for so long. He probably does he own the all-time scoring record for the Celtics, or
I believe he did pass Larry Bird in
because
that.
Bird only played
and
like 13
Isaiah
years.
Thomas beat Larry Bird out for season average points per game.
Bird never averaged 30.
Isaiah was like 29, almost 29 a game.
I thought
No.
Bird averaged 31 years.
No, IT.
1986.
IT has it.
So, with IT coming back to Boston, what's going on with IT's team right now? The Cavs. They look horrible.
Listen.
Did they forget that defense was a part of
Dude,
basketball?
I watched that Warriors Cavs game, and I text a buddy of mine who is a Warriors fan, and I'm like, dude, your guys' team is hands down the best team over the Cavs. And these
The
are
Cavs
in
know
all phases.
in their psyche. They
Free
know it.
throw shooting,
oh,
defense.
they didn't stop at offense. I truly appreciated their defense.
Dude, it's
Their
nonstop.
unit.
Free throw shooting, defense. I mean, 3-point shooting,
Ball-
chemistry,
ball
ball
movement.
movement,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Do you see how stagnant?
Coaching.
Do you see how stagnant some of
The
these
bench.
some of these teams' offenses in the NBA are?
Mm-hmm.
I watched the Pelicans beat the Celtics.
Yeah.
Boogie Cousins stood at the top of the key and just stood there like half the game. And then once in a while, he would go down on the blocks, post the guy up whenever he wanted, and just put it in. Like, there was no flow. They just basically stood around and waited for Anthony Davis. It looked like they were playing 21. Meanwhile, the Celtics, the ball's moving constantly. There's always flow to it. Even when they go ISO with Kyrie, there's always guys still cutting. Whatever.
you got guys cutting.
Same with Golden State. The way Curry and Thompson move off of screen is a work of art. They are in constant motion the entire time they're in there.
They're all like that. Kevin
Yeah.
Durant too.
The Cavaliers are on how what's their record the last 10 games?
They're 2-10 or 2-11 the last 13 games.
Since they've played Golden State, how's it been?
Since then.
Yeah. Okay.
Since-
the,
yeah,
the reason
since
the reason I'm bringing that up is I believe the Cavs in their psyche know that they're not going to beat Golden State, and I think it completely threw them into a whirlwind. I feel like they're just in a complete tizzy. They know they can get out of the East, but now they're all just in there hurting their feelings because they just had a taste of what they got to see, and they didn't like what they
didn't
saw.
like it.
I think that's where they are with it, which honestly, I'm ready to move on to another little segment we got coming up. Will the Cavs make a trade before the deadline?
Yeah.
Now, there's rumors of a gentleman, I just started hearing about it yesterday, the day before, somebody getting ready to possibly be on the trading block, and that's the eyebrow. And I personally feel like that if Anthony Davis could weasel his way into Cleveland somehow, some way, I would get rid of. I'd give up the number 1 pick from Brooklyn. I'd send Kevin Love. I would do whatever I could do to try to get that man there. I do feel like if he was there, you got IT scoring. You got he could score. He's a rim protector. You got LeBron there. I feel like that actually puts them in a better place to where they could possibly compete. I'm not going to put them a notch above Golden State because Golden State has way too much there, but I feel like that's going to make them a little more comfortable moving towards that process. Boogie Cousins.
What if
everybody-
What if Dan Gilbert, the guy who just basically got railroaded by LeBron
No.
whenever he won, it's like he gets mad about it and writes a letter or whatever. But then, I'm sorry, baby, I didn't mean to do all that. What if he did this? What if he said, LeBron, are you going to stay in Cleveland next year? LeBron's like, I don't know, dog. You know
Trade
what I mean?
him.
Trade him. Anthony Davis, straight up cash on me.
Oh my goodness.
What? And then
That wouldn't
he's
even
sitting there.
advise me.
He's sitting there under the cap
Yeah.
with a great team. No, what if he comes to the realization with or without LeBron? You're not beating the Warriors.
No.
Kevin Durant is playing defense, folks. Kevin Durant is playing at a higher level than LeBron right now, I see. He looks like he wants it more. But my thing is, if you trade LeBron for Anthony Davis, you have Anthony Davis locked up. You can sign Isaiah Thomas. You have Kevin Love. Like, you have JR. You have a great team that's going to make it.
I don't like it. It's still the same thing.
I get it. No one's going to beat the Warriors.
It's still the same
Who's
thing.
going to beat the Warriors?
I don't know.
You bring Anthony Davis in, I think the
Yeah.
Cavs have a chance.
If you don't get rid of Kevin Love for a trade with either Anthony
I'd
Davis,
send Tristan Thompson
Yeah,
with him.
yeah,
You can
hold
have
on a
Thompson, Love. You can take the whole
Shumpert.
dang roster. I don't care
Listen.
here.
if you have to keep Kevin Love, you have to keep him by any means necessary. Try to keep him, okay, and either go after Jordan, Cousins, or Anthony Davis. If you can get either one of those three without giving up Love, then I give you a chance because now you're adding that third superstar to that team that's dominant. So DeAndre Jordan, dominant on defense, rim protect the rebounds.
Okay.
Hold on.
Why do they need a rim protector?
Hold on a
They
second.
don't shoot there. They
Hold
shoot
on.
threes.
Give me a second.
Okay.
Rebounds.
You have DeAndre.
They don't miss.
You have DeAndre Jordan, but when they do miss, they're not getting offensive rebounds
No.
as easily.
No.
Okay, because Kevin Love is not out jumping Durant. He's not out jumping and positioning Draymond Green.
And Durant still goes to the hole.
Look at Kevin Love is not the problem against Golden State. He plays up again when they put him at the
No
five
one said
against
he's the
Pachulia.
problem. That's why I say keep him.
Defensively, he's not really the solution either.
No.
But what he does is he brings Draymond Green out of the paint. Okay, so when you bring Draymond Green out of the paint and you still got DeAndre Jordan under the paint, now you're in business. Because now if you bring Kevin Love out and you only got Tristan Thompson down there, or a Channing Frye or someone like that, what do you got? You got nothing. No offensive rebounding. But if you bring DeAndre Jordan in and you keep Love and you got LeBron and you got IT and you got your bench and
Out
you
of
got
these guys
Wade,
that you just mentioned, who do you think's the best fit to put him in position?
DeAndre Jordan.
You think DeAndre Jordan?
DeAndre Jordan.
I go Davis still. DeAndre Jordan.
Davis
can't
is
shoot
Davis
anything.
is sexy.
He's
They do
scored.
that
flashy.
at Shaq.
He scores.
Davis gets putbacks, DeAndre Jordan gets putbacks easily. Offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds, blocks, clogs the lane.
Yeah.
That's good. That's what we need. Okay. Now the sexy pick, the flashy pick, trade Anthony Davis to DeMarcus Cousins. Now you're gonna have to pay these guys a lot of money too. All right, to keep that team together if LeBron stays. But DeAndre Jordan, he's not going to command that much that these guys are going to command. Anthony Davis and Boogie Cousins.
I'm saying-
I go DeAndre Jordan.
I think
Because you get to
I
keep
think
I'm
Love.
going Davis, and I'm. Going,
I think the Cleveland Cavaliers are the equivalent to the Houston Rockets in the Elijah One days. When they won 2 titles when Mike wasn't around, they were a great team. Nothing taken away from them. They were a great team. They were the top of the litter. As soon as Michael Jordan came back in town, no one even thought about the Houston Rockets. So my thing is, Kevin Durant just went to one of the best shooting teams of all
Are you
time.
comparing the Rockets to the Cavs? Or
No,
the
I'm
Rockets to-
comparing
Old
the
school
strangle
Rockets.
Right.
the stranglehold.
The old school Rockets.
This-
Who are you comparing them
No,
to?
I'm comparing LeBron's team,
Mhm.
a great team,
Right.
to the Houston Rockets of old
Mhm.
with Drexler and Elijah One. But here's what happened. What happened when Mike came back and reunited?
It all went to hell.
It all went to hell. It doesn't take anything away from the fact that the Rockets were a great team.
No.
The Bulls, when they came back, are an iconic team.
Yeah.
And that's what we're watching right now. The Warriors are the best shooting
Oh,
team I've ever
absolutely.
seen in history. And the fact that they're playing defense, hit all their free throws, ball movement, just like you
Everything.
said, they've raised it to a level. No one touched Jordan once
No.
he came back. It was
Once,
on lock.
once it clicked.
Once it clicked,
right.
it was over. I don't care
No.
what LeBron does. I'm a Cleveland Cavaliers fan and I'm saying this.
Right. I just think if you bring DeAndre Jordan in and you get to keep Love, then you have that chance. You have that shot because now you got rebounding and you got defense. But if you get rid of Love, goodbye.
I think Davis is better overall. So whatever.
That's why we're 3-point view. We'll see you back tomorrow.